okay exactly as you are. Don't know begins to bring a little bit of space. It begins to loosen our grasping at answers and control. With saying don't know, it allows an unknowing. It calms down the grasping. It creates a sense of spaciousness where truth can get a word in edgewise. Don't know allows us to unhook from our minds that are always trying to do life that they never can. They're not connected enough to life. That's not where solutions to our problems come from. That's not where the peace that we long for comes from. Don't know allows us to get out of our own way. Don't know allows the extraordinary wisdom of life the space to get a word in edgewise. Just try it right now. Don't know. Oh. Don't have to know, don't need to know, don't got to know. It's like in my instance, the mind. It can't really help me now. The mind is just really upset about this some of the time. But that place where the mind cannot help, it opens us up into true health. There's a wonderful, wonderful quote by Father Thomas Keating. True prayer and love begins when prayer doesn't work and the heart has turned to stone. Ah, such a wonderful quote. Because most of our prayer is about trying to control life. Most of our prayer is asking life for what we want. But this cuts us off from true prayer, from that ability to say, don't know, and then we can turn it over to life. I wish we had time, but we don't, to tell all the stories, even that I've just heard this week, of people that turned their challenges over to life and how then answers come. Oh, I'll tell you one story of a woman that was, I mean, she's just had so many deaths, in her family, and, and then another death. I think this is the fourth death in a little over a year, and her toilet flooded, and every towel in the house had to mop up the overflow, and she put them in the washing machine, and the washing machine broke. And she called a couple of people, and they said, well, it sounds like you need a new washing machine. And so she just turned it over to life. What do I need to do here? For that it is for the highest good. And so she went online and began looking at washing machines. And she read about one that was talking about its filter. And she said, I wonder if my washing machine has a filter. And so she goes into the laundry room, and sure enough, she finds it's a filter, and the filter was all clogged. And she cleaned the filter, and the washing machine works great. That's the power of don't know. The mind, she said, I had a phase before I started looking for, the new washing machine, of yelling and screaming and ranting and being mad at life. That helps energy move in the mind. We don't want to make the mind bad or wrong for how upset it gets when challenges come. But then she asked life for support, And she got it in a strange way online, looking at the descriptions of other washing machines. That's the power of don't know. And then turning your challenges, turning your life over to life. Because true prayer, the ability to connect with life, that's true prayer. You know, to me, the word God is not a thing. It's a verb, and God is everything. And we begin to partner with God, with life, when we realize our mind doesn't know. Our mind isn't smart enough to figure all of this out. And we can don't know and then turn it over to life. So notice again, how's the breath doing? How's your belly doing? And if anything is holding, just long, slow out breaths, and just contemplate, adding moments of pure being into your life. Adding moments where you just become fascinated by how you tighten and what the stories are in your head when you do tighten. And then don't know. And then ask life for help rather than having your mind be where you go for help. So I want to end with a wonderful quote from Don Juan. These were the books that were so important for us that were awakening in the 60s and early 70s. And, Carlos Castanedas was a anthropologist studying at, one of the California schools, and he goes down to study, with a shaman. Well, he goes on the journey with the shaman Don Juan. And one of the things Don Juan said to Carlos, the basic difference between an ordinary man and a warrior is that the warrior takes everything as a challenge, and the ordinary person takes everything as a blessing or a curse. So I want to say a few things about that. What he says about the ordinary man, which is most human beings that are just, caught in the bubble of struggle. They live in the dualistic mind. It likes this, it doesn't like that. It's got it together. Oh, I've got it together. I lost the weight. Oh, I've gained the weight back again. Oh, my maid has stopped squeezing the toothpaste tube from the center. Oh, he's squeezing it again from the center. That's what Don Juan means about the ordinary man, the man that is lost in the bubble of struggle. The warrior, who I would say is the awakening being, I would say it this way, rather than taking everything as a challenge, I invite you to relate to everything as an invitation, because life is for you. Life is giving you the exact set of experiences that you need in order to show up for life, in order to become one with life again. And everything that we shared today is an invitation to see how much you're not here, how much you are caught in the world of struggle. But also to see there's also a whole other world going on here. It's called life. It's called reality. And so I invite you to see everything in your life as an invitation. And I leave you with a wonderful quote from Buddha. When you realize how perfect everything is, you will tilt your head back and laugh at the sky. I assure you the mind will never agree with this. But as you come back more and more home to the ocean of being, you will tilt your head back and laugh with the sky. Thank you so much for exploring today. May you know your life is for you, and may you know that no matter what is happening in your life, you are on the journey back home.
Thank you for listening to this edition of What's in Your Way is the Way with your host, Mary O'Malley. You can access Mary's offerings on her websites, maryo'malley.com and what'sinthewayistheway.com. Join Mary next time to experience the peace and joy that is always with you on Evolutionary Voices for the Quantum Age. Heard Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern on the Dream Vision 7 Radio Network.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.